How good is this launch monitor that's under $1,000? Let's dive into it. I recently received a Rapsodo MLM2 Pro. It's great timing because it just came out with a fantastic update. I'm still an outdoor seasoner as a golf coach, but I did a little bit of testing with it outside. I also did a little bit of testing with it inside. And I'm going to break down how I used it, my thoughts of it, and what I think is it accurate or not. At the end, I ended up testing it up against Trackman, and we're going to find out if it's accurate or not. So if we dive in, let's go. First thing I like is the size, right? It comes in this carrying case. It's a very compact size, like very easily goes in the golf bag. And in terms of setting it up, you open it up, here's where you get this one inside the case. And in just a matter of seconds, you click it in and you open it up and bang, right? We're good to go. This thing sits down really easily. The notches in the feet, that's for your cell phone or for the other side for your iPad so it doesn't fall out. So in terms of design, super compact, fits in your golf bag. Super easy to store it away here in just a couple of seconds. First thing I will say, battery life. I used it for probably, I would say on and off for probably about 4 hours of runtime. No issue with battery. It had a full charge on it, charged really quick with a USB-C. Another thing that comes with it, which I'll talk about as we get into it, is there's 15 of these Chrome Soft or Callaway Chrome Soft X golf balls that come with it. And it has their version of dots on it. When you're using it indoor, this is for tracking spin. It's obviously a Callaway golf ball, so I already know that I think it's a great golf ball, but it's already got the dots on it for tracking spin, which I think is really good, and we're going to dive into it a little bit more when I start to talk about using it indoors. So what I decided to do is I kind of ran through like a full practice session of things that I would go through. The first thing that I like to do is I like to go through a dynamic warm-up, but I do a lot of overspeed training. And I use SuperSpeed Golf. And the thing that I like is it has a practice mode in there where it'll track your club head speed without a golf ball. So for those of you that use SuperSpeed Golf for the other overspeed training systems, you can do a complete overspeed session and it reads you the speeds back and actually lists them all as well. I thought it was super slick. Let's cut to a quick video here of me outside training with SuperSpeed Golf and tracking it with Rapsodo. I've gotten to the range, I've set up my Rapsodo, it just took a minute to set up and then just get connected to the app. First thing I'm going to go through, which is part of my warm-up normally, is a super speed training session. I'm just going to do a modified one here. But the thing that I really like, I have the Rapsodo set up here, I have my iPad here. The Rapsodo will actually tell me out loud how fast every single swing is. I've got it already set up down range here, so I'm just going to swing a few here for you and show you how quickly I get that speed feedback.
Club speed is 120 miles per hour.
And like it doesn't get any easier than that for how quickly you want feedback in a speed training session.
Club speed is 118 miles per hour.
And then the thing that I like as well that I'm just going to bring the camera over and show you is as the session's going on, I'm also getting the speeds there. I'm getting my average speed, my fastest speed, and then also the swings of my other speeds as well. So the next part after I went through my warm-up and my speed training, specifically in my game, I've really been struggling lately with distance control. I haven't been making that good of contact with my short irons, and I've been actually struggling controlling my distances. They just have not been that sharp. So the second part of my practice, what I had Rapsodo out, and I had it set up to be able to see the dispersion of my shots, but also the quality of the contact. And the thing that I like with Rapsodo is you very quickly get the replay of a golf shot, which shows you the direction, which obviously you can see if you're outside, but it's a really good representation when you're indoors. But then also you get a replay in slow motion that shows you where you hit the golf shot and the type of contact that you made. So for someone who is struggling with contact, I plopped down the Rapsodo and I went through a bunch of shots just looking for feedback and trying to figure out I need to get tighter with my carry distances. And I'm able to do that with Rapsodo. Again, super easy to set up on the range. They've got the balls that you can use indoor. We're going to cut to a little segment here of me working on my carry distances outside. So warm up done. Now I'm working specifically on making contact and direction or the quality of my contact. I've been struggling a little bit with my short iron, so I've got my pitching wedge here. I've got my target to that white flag out in the distance. The thing I like is after I hit a shot, I'm getting my feedback right away, club head speed, ball speed, distance, but I also get a replay and a shot tracer of the shot that I just hit. So I'm going to hit a few here, and then I'll come over and I'll show you the feedback that I get. Okay, pretty good strike there. Should be pretty close to my target. Now we're going to take a look here, and I'll have you come around and we'll take a look at the data that we get. All right, we're back. So after that, another feature that Rapsodo has, which I really like, are these combines. And the thing that I like is you can actually go in and you can set the parameter of distances that you're looking to work on. And it always includes drivers as well. And as a golf coach, or even first off, as someone working on my own game, I'm always looking for something in my tech that allows me to now randomize my practice or kind of gamify my practice. And this is even before we get to playing on the golf course. If I now want to challenge myself, I can go through a combine where it's very random, always getting me to hit different golf shots. It's very easy to set up on the driving range, and it's very easy to set up indoors. Now, as a golf coach, if I have a progression, I'm going to ask a player to say, okay, let's go through and let's work on some block practice. Let's work on our technical golf swing. And then let's go to combine, which is a little bit more randomized. And then if we are happy with the way we're hitting in combine, then we're going to hop over and play around the golf. I don't have any footage of showing me going through the combine and playing around. But both of those I'm a really big fan of, especially for the price of this unit, the value that you're getting. You can work on your technical golf swing. You can randomize your practice. You can play golf in a simulator setting. It's got a ton of tech in it for a really good price. Now, part of the new update that they just came out with is a complete update on the graphics. And I've seen the before pictures and I've seen the after pictures, and they have done a fantastic job updating the graphics. And the thing that I like is, depending on the device that you're using, whether you're using a new iPad or an old iPad or your phone or whatever tech you have, it'll make a graphics recommendation. Because one thing, as I was reading back, that they've improved on is people were complaining previously that it would lag a lot when you were playing golf. And the reviews that I did, my own research when I looked at getting the Rapsodo, was that the lag has improved a lot, and I really like the quality of the graphics as well. Like 30,000 preloaded golf courses, again, the value of this unit, I believe, is really good. You can do so much with it, and you do not need to spend a lot of money. All right, the last part, how good is the data indoors? So I have a facility that has a Trackman that I work out of, and I decided if this thing is good, or I want to see how good it is. Right, they make pretty good claims, and with the golf balls as well, I'm curious, how accurate are these things? Because if I'm going to recommend this to my golfers, and if this is something I'm going to use, I'm not going to put my name behind it unless I believe it's pretty darn good. So I went inside the next day after, so I did my outdoor day, then the next day I went inside and I did a 25 ball test. I did driver, 3-wood, hybrid, I did my 5-iron, and then I went down to a wedge. The main thing that I was looking for, I went more with the longer stuff, because what I tend to notice is as the speeds get higher on some lower end units, that's where it can start to get a little glitchy with the data. Reason being, that ball is moving really fast, especially when you're hitting it into a net. So I did in the first part of my test, I did 25 balls. I am going to go back and I'm going to test wedges, but I had read some review on wedges that thought that the distances were very good. And I already did the wedges a lot outside the previous day when I was working on my carry numbers. So I knew that I was getting pretty good data outside. And the thing that I'll say across the board is that the things that really impressed me, club head speed, super accurate across the board, plus or minus 1 mile an hour. Ball speed, also really impressive, really comparable compared to Trackman, like plus or minus 2 miles an hour. The thing that really impressed me was the dispersion. Because sometimes, especially when players are working with units that do not represent spin that well, Rapsodo, I think, does now, because these are the balls that I use indoor. I was comparing it to Trackman in terms of, like, if I hit a drive off the toe and it curved 100 feet. The problem I've had with some lower end units is it would only tell me previously, like, the curve would always be underrepresented. I hit some bad golf shots, and Rapsodo picked it up very well in terms of the dispersion. The reason why that's important for me as a golf coach is if I'm working with a player that's getting ball data indoor, I need to know if they're making good contact, and I need to know the dispersion. Because if Johnny's working on something all off season long and he thinks he's hitting a 5-yard draw and he gets out and it's a 40-yard hook, we've got a big problem. But that was not the case here. I thought, compared to Trackman in my one-day test, I was very impressed. So if I was to summarize the things I did with Trackman, I did a warm-up overspeed training session with SuperSpeed Golf. Outdoors, I worked on distance control. I worked on a combine. Also, one other thing I forgot to say is I actually took it out on the golf course. The thing that I wanted to see was actually on the golf course, picking my target and hitting my shot, how quickly it would be to set up and how accurate it would represent. I went out and I played a hole at the Rapsodo, and what I'll do at the end here, I'll cut to a video. All three of my shots, the drive, the iron, the chip, were all bang on with carry distance. The hole was playing downwind that day, so I knew that the roll would be a little bit different, but the carry I thought was very close, especially outdoor into the wind or downwind, which was another great little test. So we're going to cut that video now, and I'm just going to show you quickly what it looked like on that one shot that I hit off the tee outside. All right, so now from wrapping up. I did a warm-up with SuperSpeed Golf. I worked on distance control with my irons. I tested out the combines. I took it out on the course, and I tested indoors. I am really impressed with this Rapsodo MLM2 Pro. If I have a player coming to me saying that they're going to work on their golf swing this year and they're looking to buy tech and they're looking for the best value, and let's say they have a budget where they can't spend $5,000, and if they say, like, hey, my parents are getting this, or I'm looking at getting the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro, what do you think? Based on my testing with the golf balls and the new update indoors, I'm confident that the data that I'm going to get from that player is good enough to help them improve. Tech has come a really long way, and it continues to become more and more and more affordable, especially at the entry level, and I think Rapsodo has done a fantastic job with the MLM2 Pro. So that's my review. If you have any questions, please post them down in the comments below. But outdoor season's coming to an end here, and I'm really excited that I've got my compact Rapsodo to get my setup going in my garage so I can work on my own game, and I can help my players improve their own games as well.